Welcome back to this another live session, traders from Forex Trading Wizard Academy. We have started another trading day. This is gonna be pretty big week as last week of the month, and also coming up NFP in few minutes. If you look at the bigger picture, it's gonna be few minutes, isn't it? Coming up NFP on 30th of October, which is now nearing there. So this is gonna be a bigger picture looking at the whole events coming up this week, right? And then followed by next week NFP. So if you look at this week is packed with quite a few high impact news, starting with the NFP FOMC that you can see later tomorrow. Coming up AUD news, CPI, and followed by after tomorrow FOMC. That's gonna be pretty big one for gold. And also Thursday coming up JPY tentative, so it's gonna be JPY dollar yen, and also euro on Friday. So that's gonna be pretty big deal this week. Now, as you can see, the market currently I'm I was on a looking for a trade here on gold, and the market is pretty bearish here at the moment on gold. We can see that, as we discussed yesterday, there is a complete breakup structure on gold, and with that breakup structure, what we have seen, the price started to drop down here back below to this support level. There's a key support level here at 3946 on gold, and with that key support, that we can see the market approaching this long-term support level. If you look at the weekly price section, we can see the market has broken this weekly low and just crossed the 38.2% Fibonacci level. If you look at the Fibonacci from low to the high here, that you can see from this low to the high, the market just has crossed the 38.2% Fibonacci and approaching 50%. We might see even the 61.8% as the market managed to break that low here for a deeper pullback in this market on gold. Now that is where we are looking at. If you look at the daily chart, the price section on the daily is strongly bearish here at the moment. You can see this is a significantly bearish. We have seen there is a complete breakup structure creating this series of lower high on gold. Now with that series of lower high formation, the market is approaching that key support level, which is the 3946 level. Now as the market approaching that key support level here on gold, expecting this market to continue to trend and then to break that support level. There is an imbalance here in that market. If you look at, this is a complete imbalance, and in that imbalance, expecting this market to trend and even breaking that low further below to that level to create a new lower low in this market. So previous session that we have seen 4-hour bearish engulfer, followed by we can see there is another bearish price action here in that market. So currently it is in a trend. That trend is, it's an absolutely bearish trend that you can see on the lower time frame. Now that bearish trend, as we have seen in this downtrend, currently gold is grabbing liquidity multiple times. So if you look at here, there's a liquidity sweep here, drop down, and there's another liquidity sweep here, drop down, and there's another liquidity sweep here, drop down. So the market is maintaining this downtrending market structure, creating series of lower high and lower low in this market. So that is where what we can see in this market, the price to continue to drop back below here in that market. So that being said, if we look at this lower time frame on this intraday perspective on gold here, this is a creating series of lower high. We're looking at the 5-minute chart to see that lower time frame price action, how the market is doing. If you look at the overall picture in this market, we can see the price has crossed this high, grabbed the liquidity, rejected back below again. The market has bounced off the level, grabbed the liquidity, rejected back below. So we can see the market is maintaining this series of lower high here in that area. And with that series of lower high, the price action showing up to be bearish from the long-term picture that you can see in this market. So any break of structure, this is what we are looking at, guys. Understanding trend will give you a huge understanding of the market, how the price action might be doing over the long term. So if you look at this market on gold, we can see that quite a few series of lower high. So these are levels that we are looking at for this market to, if you look at, this is a swing high, drop down, and then another swing high, drop down, another swing high, drop down. So every time the price is respecting this series of lower high. Now when you see the market is respecting the series of lower high, that means we are waiting for this market to break that series of lower high, and that is where our opportunity to enter the market. So we'll be waiting for this breakup structure, and breaking that structure will give us a clear understanding of entry, and that's where I'm looking at for potential entry opportunity, guys. This is where there is a trend continuation pattern. We could see the market to break that high, or you could see that without breaking from those zones. This is a strong bearish fair value gap, the price to drop down back below here in that market. So looking at this lower time frame, expecting that the market to show up a potential trend opportunity here in that market. So if we look at this price action here, where there is a resistance line that you can see, and it's a support here, which is turning resistance, and support turn resistance, giving a possibility for this market to potentially drop down here back below to this support level here in this market. And that's what we are looking at for a bigger picture perspective in this market, to trend and then to continue to drop down here, break below. So this is where there is a downtrend that we can see continuation, and gold currently in a downtrend after a massive bounce, massive break below, couple of months. We see that now it's on a pullback. So we wouldn't say that gold started to trend back down, but on a pullback. So that pullback is on the higher time frame. So therefore on the lower time frame, we can see some downtrend continuation in this market. And because it's on a downtrend continuation here on gold, we can see the price potentially to retest that level and then to return again back below in that market. And that's what we are looking at this price action here, for the price to go ahead, retest, and then reject back again below here in that market. And this is where there is a lower time frame price action. And if you look at here in this, you can see this is a lower time frame price action where there is an if you look at the market to potentially cross that high, grab the liquidity, and then to drop back down here below to the direction of the major trend in this market. And that's where we are looking at this price action, for the price to potentially go ahead, hit that level, and then to return again back below to the direction of this trend in this market. And if we look at the overall trend, there we can see the 15 minutes bearish engulfer, and that bearish engulfer is a potential continuation of this downtrend here in this market. This is what we are looking at this price action in this market, for the price to go ahead and then potentially to return back below to create a new lower low in this market. I hope that, guys, you're enjoying the live session. Make sure you give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so that you're not missing any of the content that I am posting every day for daily analysis, trade ideas, as well as strategies that can change the way you look at the market, that I am trading in this market every single day for years of time. That has been recorded, everything in the website. If you want to explore more, visit the website www.forextradingwizard.com, where you can access every trade that I am opening in the real time, in the live market, as well as education, as well as courses that I am posting every single day. So now let's look at here on the lower time frame again how the market structure is evolving here in that area. And this is where there is a drop here from this key level, and with the drop, the market now potentially to go ahead and hit that level. And that's where, if you look at here, you can see this is a lower time frame price action, and in that lower time frame price action, expecting that this market to potentially trend back below here to this support level in this market. And that's where we are at on the lower time frame, to test that support and then to return back below to create a new lower low in this market. Okay, so here is a breakout structure, and this is 1 minute chart. If you look at, and the market, how the price action has created, if you look at the price here, created a lower time frame level and rejected back below. What looking at this level is the market crossed that lower time frame level. The previous trade was open. If you guys looked at that trade, probably you guys have seen that every trade that you open based on the multiple time frame analysis is the key to understand the overall direction in the market. So if you look at here, you can see this is a lower time frame price action, breaking that low here, potentially coming back to this support level in this market, where we are looking at this is a support, expecting the market to trend back down and then to drop down back below to this level here in that area. This is support and resistance here on the lower time frame, and that's where you can see the market approaching that level, which is a key level. If you look at this, this is the 5 minute chart, bearish engulfer, and expecting the market to trend back down here. And if we look at this 5 minutes close, we can see that there is another bearish engulfer close, and we might see that potential trend continuation in this market back down here to this support level. And as we see the price action showing up to be bearish, we are looking at potential entry from those areas where there is a high area of value in this market. So looking at this, if you look at the 30 minutes close candle, which is also a bearish candlestick pattern, and the market is, if you look at the past year, guys, this is where on October 25th, if you look at, this is where there was a breakup structure, and the market has bounced off that level. The price has come back to that same level now, and we are almost nearing to a 60-70 pip away from that level. And the possibility here for this market to drop to that support level is very high. If you look at, you can see that this is the lower time frame price action. From that zone, this is where there is a break below, and that breakdown that you can see the market to support, which is turning resistance, expecting it to test that support and resistance, expecting it to bounce off that level and then to return back again below in that market. And this is where we are looking at trading opportunity this week as well as today for this potential downtrend in this market. Welcome to this live session, and we have as the second day of the trading week. We are starting another pretty massive trading day and expecting, as the market is trending, this is our goal, is to look for an entry from a key level as soon as we see that entry opportunity in that area. Here's the local bullish move that we can see the price is trying to go back up to hit that level. And from the 5 minutes, this is a bearish engulfer. And what we expect here, that the price to potentially retest again. Breaking this low can give us an entry. We can use pending order for this potential drop down back below to this support level that I'm looking at for another breakdown below. We see that multiple liquidity sweep on the 1 minute chart as well, creating a bearish price action. It's a very fast price action. We would like to see that deeper pullback to the upside before we place this pending order below this level here in this market. And with this bearish price action here in that market, that you can see the price with a bigger rejection in that area, that the market to come back here to drop that low to create a new lower low in this market. And this is what we are looking at, this price action to go ahead, hit that level, fill that zone, and then to give us a potential selling pressure here. As the market is in a downtrend, we could see the price to break that low and potentially to continue to drop down here back below. So as there is a, if you look at here, you can see it's pushing back to the upside here, and we would like to see the market to go ahead, hit that level, and crossing that high can give us potentially further selling opportunity here in this market. 1 hour perspective here, if we look at multiple time frame, it is in a bearish trend. If you look at, that's where we are looking for an entry on a breakup structure here in this market. I'm not still entering it. We can see there is a rejection here from this level. We could see that potential bearish move here in that market, as there is a dodgy formation in this area, and the market potentially to break that low here. And what we expect, that if you look at here, you can see there is a long wick rejection, expecting to bounce off that level. Breaking that low here is a potential selling opportunity. We'll be placing a sell stop here in that market, with a possibility for this market to drop down back below to this. If you look at the previous key level is here, and there is a bearish price action. We'll be placing this sell stop at 3950. Get ready for an entry. I'm placing a sell stop here on 3950.64. So we place the pending order here as a sell stop in that area. The trade is active. I'm sending as a market order to the group. So it's a running trade here on gold and expecting it to drop down as soon as we see enough price action move, and we want to catch this one as well. For today, if we look at this market, awesome, breaking below, expecting a move here on gold. And this is a quick gain. We'll be taking fastest way possible this trade for this drop down here to this key support level. I'm ready to close anytime once the market reach enough gain for this move. Awesome, very good. So yes, in the live chat, if you're running with me, it's running nearly to for me around to 25 pip, 22 pip. Awesome. I'm closing running profit now. Closed. It's a very fast move that you can see, 32 pip. Guys, this is I'll be explaining now more full detail of the strategy. So yes, in the live chat, have you taken the profit or did anything with this trade? It's closed. And done, profit taken. What's your status with this trade? What's your status with this trade? Can you say yes in the live chat? Awesome. We can see that downtrend continuation here back below. And that's another move that we can see on gold, and that is currently it's maintaining that downtrending market structure here. And what we are looking at, guys, here, that the market to show up in a similar way for this move back below. And if we look at the overall picture in this market, that's where you can see this is the 4-hour price action and the lower time frame. There is a pretty strong bearish rejection here in this market. If you look at, there's a liquidity sweep and then big drop with a stronger momentum below this support level here in this market, and which is currently trending, and we could see that potential continuation in this market as the price has broken that support level here in that area. We could see the price to continue to drop and continue to drop back below to this support here in this market. And that's what we are looking at this price action for. Where to look for buys? Why you need to look for buys? Are you not trading on both direction? We don't need to look for buys here at the moment, right? Because it's a falling market. That's the secret, guys. Keep in mind that trading is all about probability, understanding which way to trade. Okay, if you look at this market, that you can see this is currently in a bearish trend, right? Trading with the trend is the most profitable system one can ever have. Now every trade that I am opening also I'm sharing in the premium group. If you look at here, the trade is opened with entry, stop loss and take profit target. Now this is just now has opened that and has given to the premium group and profit taken, right? We have secured the trade in that area. Look at the past year, guys. This is what always I talk. The reason is very simple. We need to trade based on risk management, right? You won't be win all trade. Yesterday we had a losing trade. That's completely fine. Look at this one here. How many pip that we have gained on the trade? One single trade smashed in one direction. Okay. Now, with a high win rate, with a bigger win, that's where the secret of becoming profitable as a trader. And this is the trade that was sent out. If you look at the 27th of October in our previous session. Now today we have just started, still the whole day remaining. Now every trade that I open in the premium group is based on the strategy, based on the risk management plan that we are trading every single day. How can you trade with risk management? You must have a risk manager tool, and also you must do the proper risk management if you want to keep winner over the long term. All right, always look at the bigger picture as a trader, guys. Look at becoming a trader from the bigger picture perspective, right? You need to look at trading from long-term growth as a trader, and that's what you need to look at. Keep in mind that trading is all about skill set. You don't need a fund, right? You need a skill set, and that's why you need to trade here. We trade based on the strategy, and I'm teaching every single day in Zoom, right? In the premium Zoom, where directly blending the strategy, every rules of the strategy, discussing how it works. Still, there is a something that you need to work on, especially on your trading psychology, right? This is the hardest part as a trader, is to work on trading psychology. And if you look at the trading psychology of the successful trader, right? If you look at the successful trader, look at their trading psychology, how they trade, and what is current trading psychology. Always compare who you are now and where you want to go. That's where the real growth is. Okay, how can you do that? Find out how the profitable professional trader think in a situation where they are trading, right? You won't be able to ever win every trade. It's not about the winner, it's about the loser, how you handle that. That is where coming to profitable trading, right? Do you think you're gonna be a profitable trader, or you are already profitable trader? Let us know in the live chat. Let us know in the live chat. What's your thought on that? Are you going to be a profitable trader? What you perceive, what you believe it's gonna be your current experience, right? And the future experience. So first assume that you are going to be a profitable trader. Then you have the time and effort that you can give behind your trading to attain that skill set that you need to be a profitable professional trader. Here is the market is still moving down. Let's see where the higher time frame now in relation to the lower time frame on gold, right? Which is very important to look at. We have secured the trade, we have secured the profit, right? Have you secured the profit with this trade? Let's say yes in the live chat if you have. Now, if we look at this lower time frame here, that you can see in this area, where the lower time frame price action, right? In this area here. And in this lower time frame, what we can see that, and also the higher time frame, let's look at first of all daily chart. Now, daily chart is very important now at the moment, is because the price now just has touched this a very important swing low here. Okay, this is the previous swing low in that area, and with that swing low, which is a support in this uptrending market structure that you can see. If you look at from here, this is the move. With this move here, pullback, another move, pullback, another move, pullback. So the market is maintaining this series of higher high and higher low, which is in an uptrending market structure that you can see the market has moved significantly back to the upside here in this market, followed by what we have seen, that a bearish long candle, right? So it's a massive bearish engulfer here that you can see on gold, and because it's a massive bearish engulfer, there is a series of lower high here on the daily, back to back, three important daily doji formation here in that market on gold. And with this bearish doji that you can see the market has created, if you look at where every single day the market is maintaining this series of lower high, back to back 3 days sideways movement and complete breakup structure here in that market on gold. And with this breakup structure that you can see on gold, the market to potentially continue to trend back down here to create a new lower low. If you look at the 4-hour chart, that you can see the market is maintaining this downtrending market structure here. Now, if we look at the 15-minute chart, that you can see the market is showing that here it's significantly bearish at the moment in that area. So dropping down to the lower time frame. Now very lower time frame on the 1 minute and 15 minutes, it's a sharply bear market, and we are looking at this market to continue to trend back below here in that market to create a new lower low here. And that's where you can see the market is in a downtrend and waiting for the price to continue to drop back below here to this support level. And as the market is in a downtrend, we are looking at this price to continue to drop back below to this support level here in that area where there is a high area of value. Now this is a key support level if you look at, and also there's another key resistance down support. As the market has broken this key support level, we could see that further continuation as what is dropping is likely to drop. That's how the trading works, right? What is dropping is likely to drop. As the market is in a downtrend, we could see that potential continuation back below here in that market and potentially continue to drop further back down below to this support level here in this area. Dollar yen is, we have seen there was a significant break below on dollar yen. There was a significant break below on dollar yen. There was a strong drop, and that might be a potential for, if you look at the weekly, we can see that after the weekly pretty bullish close, there might be here on dollar yen potentially deeper pullback in this market. As yen news coming, we might see the dollar yen to come back below further. You see there is a break of support, and if it is a fake drop here, if it is a false break, then we could see dollar yen potentially continue to trend back up here to create a new higher high in that market. So we will keep eye on dollar yen for further continuation here in this market. Gold is maintaining this downtrend and creating a new lower low here, and we see that still continuation. Now we open position that straight drop back to our profit target, right? If you experienced that trade, guys, then I would appreciate if you like this stream, and also don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Now, how do you identify or understand those trades? How can you say that when the market is potentially creating this kind of structure, right? Which is very important to look at as a trader, to see that when the market is breaking from those structure. If you look at here, you can see this is a pretty stronger liquidity grab. Always look at the trend, which is the first part of your trading system. The most important part of trading is trend. You see that every trade that I open, I give 70% weight to the trend. And 70% weight to the trend means that the trading decision coming is based on trend, which is the most important part as a trader to look at. And when it is coming based on trend, we need to look at that which way the market is having that flow of the market structure. That means which way the market is trending, right? And if you look at here, you can see the market is trending down. This is not only that, but also the liquidity, which is the fuel of the market. If you look at that zone that we have opened that trade exactly at this point, which way the market is grabbing the liquidity? How do you see the long week candles? Right? If you look at the long weeks, you can see this is a pretty long week rejection, another long week rejection, and then another long week rejection. So the market is having stronger rejection from those long week candles from these areas where there is a high liquidity, and from those liquidity zone the market has strongly rejected back below in that area, and that's why you can see the market is coming down here to break that support level. If you look at, this is where there is a channel which is a bearish channel. The market has started to drop down from that bearish channel, and whenever the price is approaching that high, getting a stronger rejection here in that market. And as the market is in a downtrend, we know the trend is down and the liquidity grab is from the high. That means the market structure is bearish. We see the directional bias down along with the liquidity grab is from the top. Therefore, this market to continue to drop back below to this support level, and that's where we have entered exactly. The market has straight drop back down from that level, is still moving down here. To enter a trade, to find the best trade setup, you do not need a lot of information. You need to be precise on your entry, at what level you should be entering the trade. You're looking for further entry opportunity? As long as the market is trending, yes, support and resistance. Now, how do you use the support and resistance? Also crucially important when you are trading, right? Well done, well done. I made 720 CHF short entry in Xauusd done. Yeah, when you have the direction correct, when you have the directional bias correctly, you are always ahead in this trading, right? Because that's the key. You have to be directionally correct and then right entry point. That's where the key secret of becoming successful as a trader. Because if you are directionally correct, but if you didn't enter in the right place, also it may not come to you in the right time. Because three things, 3W, that always I ask when I'm trading, when I'm opening position. Okay, 3W is the key to find right entry point. The first W is which way to trade, right? Either to buy or sell. Because when you're trading, you have two direction, either to go up or down. If it is in a sideway, you can't trade sideway. You either trade buy or sell. Second W is when. Once you found the directional bias, you need to know when to enter. Once you know the when to enter, the next thing is your trading psychology, why the trade was opened. When you combine this 3W, you complete in your trading strategy, and you can keep trading with proper risk management, with a strong trading psychology. Support and resistance band, I made 720. Okay. And chart pattern and trades sold at 3991 and TP at 3972. It is still breaking that low, and it had also the same setup. The biggest one that I have traded at 3977 sold at 3980 when the market was in a stronger downtrend here in this market. Welcome. I'm sell on dollar yen. Absolutely. It broke support at 3950, now pushing a little upwards. 3950, yes. Now it's still in a downtrend. You could see that it's still the market to continue to trend back down here in this market. If you look at that price action here, back-to-back two narrower doji formation here in that area, right? With these two narrow dojis, the market to potentially break below in that area, and that's where you can see the price to bounce off that level. And if you look at this price action that you can see from the this is 30 minutes and the 1 hour market structure, trying to break that high, where with these two dojis now, the price breaking above. This is the 1 minute bounce that you can see. Let's see that this move here that you can see on the lower time is potentially another liquidity sweep. We might see that potentially another wave of drop or bounce of this level, because it's rejecting from a very key level. And that one single move that you can see on gold, if you look at, there is a liquidity sweep in that area here on gold that you can see. And the possibility here for the market to drop down is higher. And that's what you're looking at this market to potentially trend back down here to this support level. We see the lower time frame price action. One single move back to the upside with a bigger momentum here. And that move that you can see as the price approaches that key level, possibility here for a drop back down is higher. Now, if the market getting the rejection from here, we can expect another new lower low. It left a massive fair value gap here though. So this fair value gap that we have traded, we might see that fill or continuation down. Depending on how the price action is reacting to these levels. Okay, now with this break above, looking to see that if the market is breaking back below or going for another deeper pullback. If it bounce off that level, we might see that breaking any of the swing high here. If the market continues to drop, we might see that potentially new lower low here in that market. There is a rejection here on the lower time frame that you can see, and that might bring the price back below here to create a new lower low in this market. That's where price action could bring that price back below to this support level to create a new lower low. You can see that downtrend continuation here in that market, and the downtrend continuation could continue to drop back below to this support level here to create a new lower low in this area. We see there is a multiple liquidity sweep here, and that is where the market structure potentially to create a new lower low. As you can see, there is a breakup structure, and that price again breaking that low back below here in that area. Now, is it going to create a reversal here, which is a possibility, as there's a possibility for that reversal here, but I wouldn't predict too early a reversal. Rather, you could see that potential rejection and then to break any of this key level. Yeah, it's trying to break again below. So this kind of liquidity sweep is basically sometimes shows up for deeper drop here in that market. So there is a breakup structure here, and that's a pretty long break that you can see. So that might bring some upside here. Let's delete the previous sessions. Now, looking at again fresh perspective, looking at the daily chart, guys, the market has dropped to this swing low, which is a very important key level. If you look at here, you can see the price has just crossed that swing low here. And when the market dropped to that swing low, which is a support level, and from that support there is a, if you look at here, you can see there is a rejection here in that market. And with this support level here on gold, if you look at, it is in a uptrending market structure here. You can see a move, pullback, another move, pullback, another move. So the market is in an uptrend. We saw there was a breakup structure here completely from this triple top, a drop, pullback, another drop. Now the market has just been tested this key support level. From here we could see a short-term rejection in that market. So this is a not a very good area for either to sell or for buy, unless we see a clean move from that level, either breaking that low or moving back again to the upside here in that market. So that's where the market structure, if you look at, this is a resistance line, and okay, that's where the market has created a new higher high and again dropping down. So the trend continuation is where we are expecting in this market. trend continuation is always expected. You're going to look at this market to break below here. Okay, so we see the price from this high. This is a fake out and then rejected again back below. So you see the market to do that over and over again. So that back-to-back two fake out, if you look at back-to-back two fake out, has given bigger momentum here in this market. And because it has gained momentum with two fake out in this market, we could see the price to trend back below again. Possibility to create a new lower low in this market. It's breaking that low here in that market, and you can see the trend continuation back below. Sold at 3991. I'm sell on dollar yen. We'll use short. At the moment we are, if we look at gold market now, it's overextended below, especially to this daily support level, right? So there's a fair value gap here from the daily. This is a bullish fair value gap, but as you can see, the market has just crossed this previous swing low, which is has below this support level here. And because the market below this support level here on gold, which is key level of support, the price has just crossed that low, just has crossed that support level, and we may see that now the market to drop further back below, which is continuation of this downtrend, or we could say that the price to again reject back again to the upside here in that market. So from that perspective, if we look at the weekly chart, that you can see it's on a pullback. This is the weekly pullback, and also the monthly, it's on the monthly support. There's a very important price action that you need to look at, guys, on when you are looking at the monthly. Here we need to pay attention very carefully here on the monthly. If you look at, this is the monthly support level here on gold, and with this monthly support that you can see, because this is a key monthly support, and that's why the monthly low also, where if you look at the monthly open and close, you know, like to see that box here. If you look at the weekly, this is the level where there is also the 61.8% Fibonacci level, which is the golden ratio. And daily chart is where there's another swing low. Now, the way the market is heading back to that support, the price is still could drop to that monthly support, or without breaking that low, the price can continue to rise. But it is a very highly likely that we have still 3 days for this monthly candle to close. If the price tests this monthly low, there is a potential for another rejection back again, at least to some extent, from this monthly support level and also the Fibonacci level to the upside. So as long as the market is maintaining this downtrending market structure here, we are short on gold. And whenever the market will create a structure, create a new liquidity sweep, we are looking to sell. Make sure, guys, you like this stream and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done yet. Press the notification bell so you are not missing any of the content that I am posting every day. Now, the current resistance line that we have seen here created on gold is that level, which is recent swing high here. And in this swing high, if we look at the price rejected back below, that level is now new interest, right? This is a new area of value here in this market. If we look at that level from the lower time frame here, we can see this is a key level, and that level is where the new area of value that we can see in this market here, and expecting it to bounce back to that level and then to return again back below to this support level again here in this market. Now, as you can see, whenever the price bouncing off that level, getting a stronger rejection, that's the possibility that there is still bearish pressure here in that market. So there is still that selling pressure in this market here, and that's why we are looking at this price action to drop back below here to this support level in this market. So if you look at the lower time frame, you can see this is the 5-minute chart where the market has tested that and rejected back below, and which is showing that the price potentially to continue to trend back down here in that area. Okay, we see this is a complete break below here with a multiple liquidity sweep that you can see the market is maintaining this downtrending market structure here, and you could see that continue to drop back below here to this support level. That is what we are looking at this market for this price to continue to drop, as there is a now extended imbalance here, which is a pure fair value gap that you can see, and the market may come to feel that fair value gap, and we could see the price to continue to drop back below to this support level here, and that is where you can look for that further entry opportunity, as the trend showing that it's gonna potentially to continue to drop here back below in this market. So we are looking for further entry opportunity as soon as we see the market is appearing to show us. If you look at here, what we have seen, this is a fake out, right? We saw there was a strong bounce and the market just rejected from that level, completely break below here in that area, which is a fake out, and the market from that fake out has dropped back down, pull back, and the market is maintaining now that series of lower high and lower low, which is in a downtrending market structure here. And we could see that the price potentially to continue to trend back below to the direction of the major trend. So with this move here, now current level that the market has created 3948 level, and that is where potential selling opportunity for us for the next move on gold here that you can see in this market, which is a key level of resistance here, that expecting this market to go ahead, hit that level, and then to return again back below to create a new lower low in this market. With this drop here that you can see, the market created a pullback, and they're expecting it to bounce off that level and then to return again back below. That could be the way potentially for this market to show up from this high, drop to that level, breaking that high, and then to continue to trend back down here in that market. Always looking for the swing high is the key here. If you look at this market, you can see this is a previous swing high here, right? So it's in a downtrend, and this is a previous liquidity zone in that area. Looking at the liquidity zone will give you always a better understanding of the market structure, and especially when you see that a market in a downtrend. So if you look at a market which is in a downtrend, creating series of lower high and lower low, okay, in a downtrend, and as soon as the market break from the structure, it is where the best entry for the market from this breakup structure that you can see. You look at this is the swing high here, breakup structure, and then to return back below. Now more often you see that there is another price action it creates, which is more often the market break that swing high and then go for a big drop, looking at the previous liquidity zone. Okay, if you are not sure about the liquidity, you can let me know in the live chat. You can discuss in depth about this education. If you look at the previous liquidity zone, as the market grab liquidity multiple times, which is where there is a high possibility for the price to drop down for deeper move, and that's what happened. If you look at this move on the 1 minute chart, initial bounce, cross that resistance line, second move, the second step liquidity trigger, boom, rejected back below, and then strong drop down back. The first trade that we have opened as soon as we started the session here from this level, we looked at, guys, what was the entry trigger. Look at this one here, how the market created. Every time the price is breaking from the structure, okay, dropping down. Every time the market is breaking from the structure, dropping down. The same trade as soon as I open also has been shared in the premium group with entry, stop loss and take profit target. If you guys looked at that, trade is there. And this is what we need to look at as a trader. If you look at the entry, this is the previous day's one. Today's price just we have opened with a successful trade. As quantity is less important than quality, right? Quality is more important than quantity. That's the secret of trading, right? You don't need to open bunch of trades. You need few trades open with a high probability setup. You can check this trade just sent out in, there's a dot here, sent out in few minutes ago in the premium group, and also open in this live session. We have secured the trade, waiting for the next one. And that's how trading is. Patience is key, as more often you need to let go many of the trade that maybe was a winner, right? You can't catch every single trade. Sometimes you need to let some trade go out of your way, even they are winning trade, as long as you are in the right zone for trading. And that's why the secret of trading profitably. Okay, you need to wait for the market to show up, right? That's where the secret. Now, are you ready for another entry? It's coming up with the NY session, expecting that bigger move in this market. That is what looking at this price action. Now at the moment it's in a downtrend. If you look at the bigger picture here, you can see it's in a downtrend, expecting this market to drop further back below to this support level here. There is a significant fair value gap in that area that you can see. And that fair value gap is important, expecting the market to potentially drop down, continue to drop here back below, and there is an imbalance in the market, and that's what we will be trading, that imbalance, for this move back down here to create a new lower low in this move. This market, as this is FOMC week, coming up also NFP week, would like to trade every single move whenever it is in our favor, right? As I mentioned earlier, two very important factor of trading, becoming profitable as a trader. Patience is the number one, right? Because if you don't develop that healthy trading psychology, patience means that you patiently wait for an entry, all right? And then you patiently wait for the trade when it is running. It's very emotional, I know, right? When you open the trade, eyes are going to the profit target is more emotional than when it goes to the loss. That's the trading psychology, guys. I know that. People more worried about the winner rather than the loser. And you need to master that emotion to become a consistently profitable trader. We see the calendar coming up, FOMC CPI, tomorrow AUD, and then followed by on Thursday, that means Wednesday, in NY session coming up, FOMC. Now, what's your thought on FOMC? If you look at the weekly market structure on gold, you can see it's still maintaining the downtrend. If you look at the weekly price action on gold, it has broken that support completely, and it's now below this level. Do you think that gold is going to reverse with the FOMC? Because that's a big move. If the market potentially reverse with the FOMC, we might see the price to go back again to the high. What's your opinion with upcoming FOMC? I'm going to post as a poll. Let me see what's, you can share your opinion on that. What is your thought on FOMC? What's your thought on FOMC? I have posted a poll here, and share your thought, because that's gonna influence our later trading decision coming in this session as well. Because if the market is potentially to reverse at any point, you could see a stronger reversal price action formation in this market, and that's what we are looking at to see that when the market is preparing for that reversal. Possibly buy. Anyone has any different opinion about the FOMC? Do you think gonna be bullish with the FOMC? FOMC could reverse the market. There is a very high possibility that this market could reverse with the FOMC, as there is a significant drop against the trend. But it's still, we want to see the market has tested a very lower shadow of this previous higher time frame market structure of the price action. If you look at the weekly, there was a gap open and the market didn't break that high entirely. It started to drop from that level, and because the market started to drop from this level, we could see the price to continue to drop potentially in this area where there is a monthly support. Now as the monthly close coming, I'm deleting all those lines here again to refresh the chart again to see this is the monthly price action. If you look at, and that monthly support that you can see here is absolutely important, because from this monthly support where you could see that rejection, at least a bounce of that monthly support level, which is could bounce back to nearly to 1000 pip, possible to back up. And if the market breaking out from that level on the monthly here on gold, we could see the price to potentially return back again to the upside here, where there is a big drop, pullback, big drop, expecting narrow pullback, another drop, and then continuation back above here in that market. And that's what we are looking at, the entry for a bigger move. As we are trading on the lower time frame, as long as we are with the trend, we are okay either to sell or buy. That's what we want to see. Share that music, coach. Welcome. Yeah, so today's price so far, if you guys look at, we can see the market is showing that downtrend, and from that downtrend that the price to continue to drop back below to the support level here to create a new lower low in this market. As progressing with the NY session, coming up with another live in 3 hours. In the meantime, there will be update in the premium group if you want to explore more about our group, also you can stay connected by joining the Telegram. You can find link below this video, and also you can visit the website here, www.forextradingwizard.com, where you can find more updated education as well as analysis that you can see every single day. Thank you, and I'll see you again very soon, guys.